Plagiarism. By the end of this brief instruction, you will know what plagiarism is, how Maastricht University deals with plagiarism, and the basics of proper citation. You may have heard about plagiarism without being sure what it is. Let's start by looking at the definition. Plagiarism is when you draw on someone else's ideas without adequately crediting them as a source. In other words, claiming someone else's words or ideas as your own. The source may be a published book, an article, another student's paper, or a website with or without clear authorship. Taking credit for anyone else's work is stealing, and it's unacceptable in all academic situations, whether you do it on purpose or by accident. The Association of Dutch Universities has formulated a code of conduct with regard to academic integrity. This code includes plagiarism. It's written in Article 1.3, as you can see here. Maastricht University has committed to comply with the Code of Conduct. So let's see how the UM deals with plagiarism. The faculties have included plagiarism in their handbook. Depending on how serious the act of plagiarism is, the Board of Examiners can 1. Give a reprimand, or grade the educational unit or examination with a 0 grade or fail, exclude a student from participation in one or more examinations with a maximum of a year, or, as the executive board, to terminate a student's registration for a program. In 2012, as many as 145 students were caught plagiarizing. In addition, 14 students were barred from their exams for 3 months. As you can read here in this Observant article, a master's student got caught with severe and indisputable plagiarism in 2013. Her degree was revoked. Of course you want to avoid getting into a similar situation. Here are 8 tips to help you avoid plagiarism. 1. If you quote someone's words, credit your source. Quoting someone without giving credit is plagiarism. 2. Credit your source when paraphrasing. If you rephrase someone else's thoughts, ideas, or considerations in your own words, give him credit to avoid giving the impressions that these thoughts are your own. Rephrasing someone without crediting them is plagiarism. 3. Even when you do use quotation marks, beware. There's a limit to how much text you can quote. Check with your faculty guidelines. They may vary. 4. If you copy only fragments of text, make sure that the meaning stays intact. Beware that you don't change the meaning by putting it out of context. 5. Beware of copy-pasting, particularly from the internet. A text found on the internet with or without mention of the author may be copied from a different source and actually have an author. 6. Acknowledge others who collaborated with you or contributed to your work. Maybe they wrote parts of your work, or conducted a survey, did an experiment, or made an illustration. Ask your faculty about guidelines for acknowledging contributions by others. In general, it should be clear who contributed what. 7. Self-plagiarism does exist. When you submit an assignment with text copied from a previous assignment you made, this can be considered plagiarism. The Code of Conduct of Dutch Universities included self-plagiarism in 2014. Repeating something you wrote before may not always pose a problem, so if you're in doubt, either cite or please check with your instructor. There's one exception, common knowledge. You don't need to cite folklore, myths, urban legends, observations, scientific and historical facts. Examples of common knowledge are the fact that Lady Di died in a traffic collision in Paris, August 31st, 1997. Or that the Netherlands has over 17 million inhabitants. Or the noble gases in the periodic table of elements. Same is here. If you're not sure about whether something is common knowledge or not, either cite or check with your faculty. Citations inform your reader what sources you used when writing your paper. There are different types of citation formats. Which one you should use depends on your faculty, and if you publish, it depends on your publisher. The most commonly used citation styles in the Netherlands are APA, Harvard, Vancouver, Chicago, Oscola, MLA, Turabian, AMA, Leidraad voor Juridische Auteurs en Blue Book. Most UM faculties use APA. APA uses in-text citations that are a combination of the author name and the year of publications. These are placed within parentheses within the body of your paper. It refers to detailed information in the reference list. In addition to APA, various FHML studies use Vancouver style. This is an example of a Vancouver citation. As you can see, the in-text citations are numbers. These numbers correspond with numbers in the reference list. The Faculty of Law uses Oscola for British texts, Blue Book for American texts, and Leidraad for Dutch texts. Consult one of these citation manuals for detailed instructions. The mentioned formats do not always apply, so ask your instructor or publisher which format you should use, or check your faculty student guide. Also, you can have a look at Purdue All website. There's some useful information there. Okay, we've covered the basics. Do you want to know more? Look at one of our tutorials or ask a librarian for help. When writing a paper, always verify with your faculty what citation style you should use, and always consult a citation manual. Happy citing!